you know exactly what this is. If you're in the mortgage business, you have seen this magazine. It is the magazine in the mortgage space. And joining us right now for the second consecutive year is Todd Britton-Simmons. He's the executive director and principal of Scotsman Guide. Todd, great to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me back, Greg.
Before we jump right in, I want to just take a quick look at last year. We're seeing you, as I interviewed you last year, you were in a T-shirt. This year you have decided, I want to know what went into this decision to wearing a striped, sort of almost like a club shirt with a collar.
That was one of my first video calls ever. So I don't do a lot of these. And now after with COVID and everything else, it's my preference to be able to see somebody's face rather than on a phone call.
We help break you in. Maybe next year you'll put on a suit and tie. Who knows?
Yeah, or maybe some pants,
Oh, okay. TMI. All right. So tell us what's been happening at the magazine. How have you made it through this challenging year?
Yeah, it's been a really difficult year as a whole. We started off, great, obviously, with we rolled out a new website. We refreshed the magazine departments, and we rolled out a whole new daily originator email. Things were really ticking up. Top originators had a great year, had a record number of submissions, and then COVID hit, and so we took the hit along with everybody else. There was lack of liquidity in the non-QM market, and I think everybody was just trying to figure out where to place loans. And as a result of that, there's the lack of networking opportunities that originators have for themselves. They're really struggling to find new connections with lenders and employment. So I think we've seen an actual uptick and increase in our searches on the latter half of the last 2 quarters of the year.
Well, you've created an incredible ecosystem for originators to jump into. What are some of the highlights that they can look forward to seeing if they go to the website?
Well, with our website, scotsmanguide.com, the residential edition we're enjoying the 26th year. It's a great location to the 3 things that we're known for are of course our content, our articles and daily news. With our media angle, and we have our lender search and our lender search and job search. This year was been a breakout year for us, and then we had over 200,000 searches and over 100,000 connections were made through those searches. So we've turned into really kind of the go-to for people looking for networking opportunities when there's a dearth of them, currently.
And that kind of has 2 different faces, correct? There's the aspect of originators wanting to know where they can put their loans, right, especially those that are brokering, what lenders are doing what. And then there is the loan officer or branch manager that might be looking for a better opportunity or home for all of their business to pick up and move into, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we are predominantly we have there's greater demand for the lender search on a daily basis, but a large portion of our business is through the job placement for sales reps. So it's LOs, mortgage branch managers. We've been doing that for years and years. We recently expanded it to include wholesale AEs and some of your hard money or commercial sales reps. So we're all about the originators and sales reps in general. We just want to be the go-to source for them for either a loan or for a job.
Well, you saw unbelievable growth last year in the top producer edition. And I want to talk to you about that because that's what I know Scotsman's Guide for. I know you do a million things, but if you're a high producing originator, this is where you want to be. This is it. You want to be in here. It's like being on the billboard on the most busy street in the industry in the eyes of an originator. So when are you going to start to take applications for the 2020 year, and how can people ship them in?
Yes, we did see a massive increase in 2019. We almost 50%. So I think we really got on a lot more people's radars. We've expanded our footprint with several new marketing initiatives. In 2020, the rankings open up January 31st. The submission period runs through the 31st. The cutoffs to make the rankings this year are going to be 40 million in production and or 100 loans.
I think what a lot of people want to know is, how do you substantiate the volume? I know I asked you this last year, but just refresh the audience for us so that people can know that not only are their numbers authentic, but so are all of the people they're competing with.
real clear in our methodology. And this is on our website too, as well, scotsmanguide.com. That's where we have all 12 years of the rankings up there. So we require everybody comes in, individuals will come in, submit their production for this year, and then we'll reach out to them, request the production reports. So we want to see their production reports. We match that up with what their submission is, and then we go back and then we ask for a memo certifying that that's their actual production. So we'll plug in all those numbers into that memo. It needs to be with the CFO or an officer of their company signing off on it, saying that they actually did those numbers.
Todd, what's the vision for this company? You've been around now 26 years. You're in your 26th year. What are the next couple of years going to look like for you? What's like the big thing on your radar?
The big thing, of course, further enhancing our current products. I think that's one of our main focuses, is making sure we're doing the best we could possibly do with our current offerings. We're looking to really kind of get into more of the data game. I mean, with Scotsman Guide, we have, like I said, over 200, we do 220,000 searches this year. Each one of those searches, I have 6 different data points for each one of those. So we're collecting an immense amount of data at kind of like the top of the funnel.
Todd Britton-Simmons, Executive Director and Principal of the Scotsman Guide. Thanks so much. We're going to plaster the website up here again. All things mortgage, you got to get there. It's plain and simple. This is where you go if you're in the mortgage business to stay up to date and make sure you're at the right company and sending your loans in to the right people. Todd, we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great 2021.
Thanks for having me, Greg. You too.
I'm Greg Scher from NFM TV. We'll see you again next time.